Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and in this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I'm getting a little bit naughty. So what happened was, someone challenged me to do a chocolate pound cake, which isn't really a challenge, but someone said, you know what, I can't believe that you're almost 900 recipes in and you haven't done like a basic chocolate pound cake. I see your challenge. I'm gonna up you. I'm gonna do a triple chocolate pound cake. How you like that? So today, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a triple chocolate pound cake. It is to die for. When I was making this recipe just to kind of perfect it, and you know, I like to test recipes over and over to perfect them. It was like I just wanted it. I just wanted the cake in my face, and I wanted to eat it, every bite of it, and I had to make it over and over again to make sure it was just perfect enough to share with you. So let me take you over the ingredients you'll need to make the actual cake, and then we'll do the ganache and the topping. You're gonna need some all-purpose flour, sifted cocoa powder. I've got instant coffee granules. I've got baking powder, baking soda, and salt, granulated sugar, lots of butter, softened to room temperature, eggs, vanilla extract, whole milk, and some sour cream. Those are the ingredients you're going to need. Very basic, but they're going to be all together. They make for an amazing pound cake. I've got my oven preheated to 350. I've got a bun pan grease with some nonstick spray ready to go, and I am just ready to rock and roll. I'm going to make mine in my standing mixer that I have fitted with a paddle attachment, and it is going to be so easy, simple, delightful. To my bowl, I'm going to add my butter, and it's really important that your butter is at room temperature. Mine is even a little bit softer than room temperature because I had mine on my stove with the oven preheating, so it kind of just melts the edges a little bit, but no one's judging. I'm going to add my sugar, and I'm going to let this cream together really well. It'll take a few minutes on medium speed, so I'll let that go until it's ready. That looks perfect. I'm just going to take my spatula and run it along the sides just to make sure everything is well incorporated. And now I'm going to add in my eggs along with a good splash of vanilla extract. If I can get it open. There you go. And then just mix until combined. Okay. Now make sure I have been coming in here and just scraping the sides of the bowl. Make sure you do that because you want to make sure it's incorporated. I am going to add my sour cream. Now, sour cream to me is the ingredient for just the best pound cake. It gives you just the best texture, so I think it's important. But if you don't want to use sour cream, you can use some yogurt, that'll work, or you can just omit the sour cream and just add more milk. So you can use that, you know, whichever you want. I'm going to mix this together just until it's incorporated. If your batter, it will start to look clumpy and just kind of odd. It'll start to look like it's breaking. Do not panic. Let that do its thing. Meanwhile, just take a spoon and mix your dry ingredients together just to get them incorporated and ready to be added to the wet. I'm just going to add my dry ingredients. Try not to make a mess like I'm probably going to. But my kitchen, my mess, I'll clean it up. Do not worry. Trying to get it all in there. And now what I'm going to do with my speed on low, I am just going to drizzle in a little bit of milk. You might not even need it. It all depends on humidity, yada, yada. But I always find that this batter needs about a 1/4 cup of milk, and I always use whole milk. And then just mix it until you have a really beautiful, velvety, smooth batter. But don't overmix it because you will develop the gluten and make your pound cake really hard. Okay, let's get this baby out of here. It's so gorgeous. It almost looks like a mousse. It almost looks like ice cream. It's the most beautiful texture. Oh, I love it. Okay, just gonna get it all off the beater here because I don't want to really leave anything behind, because the more that's left behind, the less you're gonna get in your pan. The less you're going to get out of the pan, the less you're going to be able to eat. You're seeing where this is going, but this is going to be for me. Snack on. Do not worry. And then, as always, I like to take my spatula and run it around the sides because sometimes some things just don't get incorporated well. And now just put this into your prepared pan, and we are going to even things out in just a bit, so do not worry. It is a pretty thick batter because this, again, is a pound cake. It's not going to be a really light, crumbly cake, so you need to expect that it's going to be a bit of a thicker batter. It's not just going to ooze out. You just need to give it a little bit of a push. And then I just take my spatula, and then all you're gonna do is just run it like so. You see how I'm kind of patting it? That's settling it. It's settling it into all these little grooves of the pan. It's my nonna taught me. My nonna taught me that trick. Okay, this looks good. I like to just do a tap tap to make sure it's all settled and ready to go. And this is gonna go into your oven that you preheated, or I've preheated at 350, and it'll be in there for about, I would say, an hour and 10 minutes. Start checking it on like about around an hour, but it almost need about an hour and 10 minutes. It's a pretty big cake here. So in it goes, and then I'll let it cool completely, and then we'll make a ganache and top it. It's gonna be divine. Just you wait. My cake baked for exactly an hour, and I've let it cool completely, and I've just inverted it onto a cake plate. And now we are going to get going on the second component of the chocolate trifecta here, and it is going to be my ganache. Really easy, really simple, but really foolproof every single time. I've got a small little saucepan. To it, I'm going to add some heavy cream, and I'm going to bring this to a simmer. I want that to be nice and hot, and it's going to happen really in no time. And then what I have here are some semi-sweet chocolate chips. You could use bittersweet if you want to. I tend to think bittersweet is a little bit too bitter, or you could use milk chocolate chips if you want to. I sometimes do milk chocolate, semi-sweet. It totally depends on my mood. Today I'm feeling a little bit semi-sweet, so I'm going to go with semi-sweet chocolate chips. I'm going to wait for this to come to a simmer, and then we'll put it in, and then we'll just keep on building. Nice and hot. I'm going to pour my cream over my chocolate chips, and I am not going to touch it. I'm not going to do anything to it, and let it sit there for about a minute or two, and then once it's had a chance to sit and settle, we'll give it a good whisk. Give this a really good whisk after it's been sitting for just a couple of minutes. It melts the chocolate really perfectly. That looks great. See? Oh, melted, and it's gorgeous, and I love that. And I'm going to add just a little bit of butter to it. It's softened at room temperature. That just gives you really good shine, and it makes it a little bit richer. Okay, perfect. Once it's at room temperature, you can see it just mixes really, really beautifully. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this baby, and I'm going to take my ganache, which is really nice and thick, and I want it to spill on the sides, which is why I'm doing it directly on my cake plate, and I'm not doing it onto a different platter, because I like the way it looks when it's spilling over the sides, and it's just, to me, it's just gorgeous. And don't you love the kind of stuff that, like drizzling ganache on your pound cake, that looks chic and amazing, but meanwhile it's like a cheat way of wanting to do it so that you don't have to do anything strenuous or any decorating, because as we all know, decorating, not my strong point. Perfect. Okay, I'll leave a little bit, I was going to say I'll leave a little bit behind for me to snack on, but it's okay. That's perfect. Oh my goodness. I mean, that is just gorgeous. And now for the third addition, the chocolate, I need some chocolate shavings. Now, if you want to skip the chocolate shavings, what you can do is you can add some chocolate chips to the batter, and that'll be your third chocolate. Now, clearly I made a little bit of a boo-boo, and I broke my chocolate bars, but that's okay, because all is well with the world when you've got chocolate of any kind. I've got a bittersweet, and I've got a white chocolate, and I take a really sharp knife, and you can see I have them on a clean towel, okay? What to do is like that, and then lean it close to me, so it's kind of like right here, and then take your knife and then just run this back like so. And I'm doing it at the same time because I want them to mix, because I'm going to put this all over the top, and it's going to look gorgeous. I mean, this is just, to me, a showstopper, if I do say so myself. I really should let this set, but we've known each other for about 5 years, and we know that that's not going to really happen. Oh, goodness, this looks amazing. Oh, perfection. Oh, perfection. Look at that. It's really dense, spongy, and gorgeous. It's going to go in there like that. Oh my word. You don't even know. You don't really know yet, but you will. It is so good. I don't even know what to say. Chocolatey, but believe it or not overpoweringly so. It is just an amazing combination. That sponge is perfection on every level. The ganache takes it over the top, and the chocolate on top is just a little flourish of, like another little kiss of chocolate, if you will. It's dynamite. LauraInTheKitchen.com has you covered with the recipe. I hope you make it. I hope you love it. Thumbs up if you loved this recipe. Let me know what other chocolate recipes you want to see, because you know I am a self-proclaimed chocoholic, and I will bring them to you, as many of them as you want. Hope you enjoy spending time with me. Here's a bite for you. I'll see you next time. Bye.